I think Elon broke the damn internet. My personal opinion, I think when we get this bull run, whenever that bull run comes, I think things, especially if you're holding Solana, I think things are going to get wild. And I want you to remember these words. It's not what you know, it's who you know. All right? Keep that in your head because what I'm going to tell you and show you is a perfect example of that. And especially if you're holding Solana, when I read this news, it made me feel good. Solana being my biggest bag. So, anyways, Elon Musk and his team just did something in crypto that probably the world has been waiting for. And most people aren't even really processing it. And in today's topic, we're going to be talking about cash tags and what it actually means. So X, formerly Twitter, just launched smart cash tags. And if you're not familiar with X cash tags or cash tags in general, because a lot of people that are watching this from Tesla might be like, well, what the heck is a cash tag, right? So if you're not familiar with cash tag, picture, a dollar sign Tesla. Okay, dollar sign BTC. If you're not familiar with BTC, it's dollar sign Bitcoin. Okay, so those words just came from Solana's mouth. Officially, X cash tags are here, powered by Solana. When I first read this, I was kind of like, okay, well, what do you mean powered by Solana X cash tag? Is there a partnership here? But you know what? And that's what we're getting to. Now, here's where that phrase hits different. This feature wasn't built by Elon. Okay, there wasn't a formal partnership or announcement, Elon, etc. Elon sitting in a boardroom sketching out blockchain strategy, buying Twitter, buying X. What were his long-term visions and goals? We all knew that he had a strategy and plan, and he hired the proper resources to do this. And the man who actually built this, who drove this across the finish line, is Nikita Beer. Okay, so if you're not familiar with Nikita Beer, I think he's a former investor of Solana. I think maybe one of the biggest partners or investors in partner. He's X's head of product. Okay, so when you find out who Nikita Beer is and where he came from, that phrase makes complete sense. Okay, it's not what you know, it's who you know. So, like I mentioned, Nikita Bear is X's head of product, and he's also a senior advisor to Solana Labs. Okay, so it's not what you know, it's who you know. And he's also a venture partner in Lightspeed, one of Solana's biggest institutional backers. And that's the man that is building X's entire financial layer, which is deeply embedded into the Solana ecosystem. So shout out to all the Solana holders. Even though Solana is not really, I think Solana is, what is it, sitting around 83, 84 bucks right now. I'm going to pull up my screen in a second, but I just think the price of Solana, I might be biased because that's my biggest bag, and plus we're in a bear market. I think we should be at least sitting around $200, but we're in a bear market, and you know what? It is what it is. So, anyways, powered by Solana, and I still hold Ethereum. I still believe in Ethereum. Okay, it's probably like my fourth or fifth biggest bag, but this news it's powered by Solana, not Ethereum, not Base, not BNB, not Sui, not Avalanche, not AVAX, powered by Solana. So, anyways, it just feels good to say that. It feels damn good. Anyways, that's an amazing example. And you know what? Let's get into the details. I'm going to share my screen. So here's the article here. Elon Musk's X teases crypto-aware smart cash tags just a day after community backlash. And it talks about Nikita Beer's head of product outline, plan for asset-aware smart cash tags a day after criticism from parts of the crypto community over a now deleted post. So people are like, what did he actually build? So Nikita Beer joined X as head of product in, I think, mid 2025 for the consumer app side. And Solana Labs, he's an advisor to Solana Labs, and he's also a Lightspeed venture partner. And when Twitter and Elon needed someone to build its financial layer, who did they hire? They hired Nikita. And he already had deep roots with the Solana ecosystem. So when it came time to choose, which blockchain powers the on-chain data inside of smart cash tags, it only made sense. And that answer was X. It was Nikita, and it was his vision. And a good thing that we all know is X the platform. And if we looked at Elon's vision, because when Elon or Tesla or Elon bought X, I said, well, how is he going to monetize this platform other than social media and ads and kind of being like the next Facebook where you can make ad revenue, etc. But I'm really glad that Nikita was a previous investor into Solana, moved over to X, being on the product development side of that. And what Nikita mentioned himself, he said, X is the best source for financial news, and hundreds of billions of dollars are deployed every day based on what people read in their timeline, which is what? Especially if you're in the crypto world, financial world, which is smart cash tags. And that was the answer. So he built the bridge between that influence and real-time financial data. And this is what I love about just forward thinking and entrepreneurship and taking things to the next level. So anyways, give this man some flowers. This is his feature. So let me get into some of these articles here, other articles. So all the links are going to be in the description below. And this post by Solana, it just kind of goes over, what X Smart cash tags actually are and why build it, what did he build exactly. So you already know what a cash tag is. So you type in $, you see SOL, $SOL or $BTC on Twitter or on X, and people can search for it. So that's been around for years, but that is version 1. And basically just a hashtag with a $. We've been doing it for a while. So what just launched is completely different. It's a different animal. Think of, you got X smart cash tags that turn that into a live ticker, interactive financial widget right inside of the post. You tap the cash tag and you get real-time price, you get a live chart, you get percentage changes and trading volume and a full fleet of everything post mentioned about that asset across the platform. So there's no app, there's no switching, there's no leaving X. The data comes exactly right to you. And here's the part that kind of matters for Solana holders specifically. From day 1, the rollout includes Solana ecosystem tokens, okay, including on-chain assets like Bonk, using actually smart contracts, addressing to eliminate ticker confusion. So, and I think this is massive news for Solana holders. And I think once we get into that bull run, I think Solana is going to be the financial layer for a lot of these apps. Anyways, so if 2 tokens share a symbol, that contract address resolves it. And the detail of that matters because on Elon's platform or Nikita's feature, Solana's infrastructure, all 3 are all in the same product. It's live today. Okay, X hashtags, Solana ecosystems. Okay, all the Solana assets. So let me just switch over to the next slide here. All right, in this article, it talks about X promises crypto and stocks trading via smart cash tags when it goes live, and that's the biggest takeaway that I get from this, because if you come from traditional finance, S&P, etc., you're only allowed to trade during the open 9:30 and the close 4:30 or 5. With crypto, if you've been in crypto, you could just trade 24/7. I know a lot of people that don't even know about the traditional stock markets like the TSX, the Nasdaq, etc., the S&P. They didn't know that trading commences at 9:30 and finishes at 5, and that's it. But now, if you think about X's platform, different time zones, what's going to happen? People want to trade an asset. And if you look at this article, X promises crypto and stock trading via smart cash tags. So now you've got Solana's ecosystem. And if you think about what is the biggest buzzword, or maybe second biggest buzzword, or probably the biggest buzzword right now in crypto, if you haven't guessed, it's RWAs. And if you think RWAs, what is an RWA for stocks? Right? What is the platform that offers perpetuals and trading of RWAs? And if you're not familiar with an RWA, you could take an asset like Tesla You could wrap it, you could put it on a platform like Jupiter, and now you could trade it 24/7 because you could buy Tesla, you could buy, you could sell, you could do perps on Jupiter. So now you don't have to stop and trade from 9 to 5. Now you could do all the trading on a wrapped RWA on a real world asset platform on Solana, like a platform like Jupiter. Okay, so now you got 24/7 trading. Now you could do it on X. You got people in different time zones, in Philippines and India and Canada and North America on the East Coast, on the West Coast, trading at different times. They don't have to worry about the 3 p.m. cutoff or the 5 p.m. cutoff, or in Canada and Eastern when it opens at 9:30. Now you're trading Tesla stocks, Nvidia, etc. Now you could even get into pre-IPO plays on the Solana ecosystem, which is massive, and those are a form of real-world assets. So if you're not familiar with real-world assets, think about how this all ties in within X hashtags, X cash hashtags. It just blows my mind because people aren't really reading about this news, and they're like, oh, well, it's just X cash tag, just another piece of news. But if you think about this play in 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months, a year from now, where do you think we're going to be when the bull market starts? My opinion, I'm not telling you to buy Solana, but I just think this is a huge play, especially Twitter being the number one news source out there. In my opinion, you can get real-time news very fast. The algorithm is pretty good, in my opinion. You don't have to go through, nothing against YouTube and all the other ads, but this platform is great. You go on YouTube, you go to watch something, and you get a pre-roll ad that might annoy you a little bit. You want to see something quick and dirty, not dirty, but quick and fast. You got Elon's platform, Twitter. You see an X hashtag, Bitcoin. You can see all the information, the data. You buy it in the platform. You don't have to leave the platform. You could trade and you could swap. And where is that data and those fees going to? Probably in the future, it's going to where? Solana, right? Anyways, not to shill Solana so much. Just, yes, disclosure. It's my biggest bag, and there's a reason why. So let's go into this article and Elon's play, the Everything app. Now let's you kind of like zoom out because smart cash tags, it's not a standalone feature. They're gonna on ramp things. I think things that are going to be bigger than we actually think. So in this article, it talks about Elon publicly building towards X Money, which is a payments and financial services layer built inside X. And X already holds money transmitter licenses in over like 25 US states. And at an internal presentation in February of 2026, I remember Elon mentioned that X Money is going to be the central source of all monetary transactions, peer-to-peer transfers, okay, bill payments, high yield savings, loans, all inside of X. And the beauty of smart cash tags, the visibility of that and the financial layer is being built where? Solana. And Nikita Beer, the vision that he has, and it's confirmed that's already coming up next. So, we're launching smart cash tags that will enable you to trade stocks and crypto directly from the timeline. That's insane. I never would have thought that was going to happen. I thought it was going to be some kind of money payment, credit card, etc. But now it's displayed in prices, in charts, discussion feeds, and the trading execution layer, that's coming, that's confirmed. And when that drops, you're going to be able to see posts about Solana tokens, tap the cash tag, see the live chart, and buy it without ever leaving the Twitter platform. So, and if you look at the numbers that Twitter has, I think they have over 700 million users. Okay, that's unbelievable. And the best part is, like, when you fast forward 2-3 years from now, like Solana $80 reminds me of when I bought Ethereum at $190 or $160. I saw it go to 4,400. Did I sell? No, but should I? Yeah. Hey, but we all make mistakes, right? So let me get into this next article. Yeah, in this article, the headline was X product chief hints at crypto fix after a market's rough year. And we did have a huge or pretty bad rough year. And if you look at the the hashtags here right now. It's X and Solana. Gotta love that, you know, like anything X related or Elon related or Trump related and White House related plus crypto is bullish. It's huge. So this just talks about X product head Nikita hinted at new crypto focused launch on April 14th, triggering widespread speculation about potential Dogecoin and Bitcoin integrations on the platform payment service. Right? Those were hints. But when the news actually came out, it was X cash tags powered by Solana. It's not what you know, it's who you know. Okay. Anyways, this just kind of goes into what he mentioned. He said, I think when we removed the crypto bots, there were only 2,000 people rugging each other back and forth forever, he added. And that kind of makes me laugh, right? Because people think that Solana is just, oh, it's just a platform for memes. But if you think, and you can't deny this now, right? People are saying, oh, you know what? Solana is just a platform for casinos. But when you think about this, and if you think about the news of what I'm telling you right now, this is powered by Solana. Like I mentioned, it's not powered by Ethereum. It's not powered by BNB. 700 million users on a news financial platform. Not even just a financial platform. It's a news source for everyone around the world with almost like free speech, because we all know Elon's stance. It's not trying to hide everyone's free speech and what they believe in. You know, he's very vocal on free speech, right? And if you think about that and the millions of users, or probably, you know, fast forward, it's going to be into the billions of users, people are going to be able to access trading, X cash tags. And even if X cash tags is just a part of the equation while Elon rolls out the loans and everything, Solana already has a head start. You already have what I've been telling you about, that it's not what you know, it's who you know. You have Nikita in there being part of the product team, right? You know, if this was, you know, if your biggest bag was BNB and you had CZ in that position, yeah, you'd be super bullish on BNB. But, you know, for the Solana holders, this is massive news. Anyways, people who are sleeping on Solana, man, this is crazy. It's not a casino anymore if you think about it. All the stuff that I'm saying. So, anyways, let me just say this, and let me be just straight with you, because, you know, that's what I like to do. I'm not going to hype things up too much, even though I did with the Solana video. But, you know, Solana didn't co-build this with Elon. There's no formal written partnership between Elon Musk and Solana and the organization. Okay, so let me get that clear. This is what actually happened: is Elon hired to build his product, came, you know, the person that he hired, which is Nikita, came from the Solana world, and he built X cash tags with Solana infrastructure because it was the right technical fit. And if you look at post Fire Dancer, Solana is the only public blockchain that can handle the concurrent real-time demands, you know, which is hundreds of millions of users at cent fees, at 0.00 fees. So I think that's why, like, that choice was a clear choice by Nikita, and I think that's why he's so heavily invested into building a platform that's right for Twitter, right? Because you got millions of users at almost near zero fees. So, like I mentioned, you think about 700 million users, Solana token data embedded directly into their feeds, not because, you know, they were looking for it, but because someone they followed posted about that, a believer, an influencer. They probably have to disclose it, but an influencer that you follow does hashtag whatever, you're going to look at that. You're going to look at the data, and possibly you might buy it, right? All within the X platform. And I think that's the key thing, that what most platforms are doing. Like Google, they want you to stay within their ecosystem. Facebook, they want you to stay within their ecosystem with the meta glasses, with the shorts, with the videos, with your posts, with your lives. No different than Twitter and X, but, you know, Twitter is already getting a head start on this. Blockchain, cash tags, payments, loans. Okay, not everything is built on Solana, but we do know cash tags, hashtags are, which is massive. And what's even more massive, like I mentioned before, like Nikita is building this, and he's in X, meaning he's actually inside as an employee building probably a next leg to the financial system that Elon's envisioning. So what I'm saying is there's like visibility is not value. Social signals are not fundamentals. Don't go buy out every meme coin trending out on your timeline, but I'm just saying the long-term architecture, infrastructure, ecosystem, how people discover and interact with crypto just shifted. And Solana has the seat at this table. And the other chains, they don't right now. And like I mentioned, Elon built the platform. Nikita Beer built the feature. Solana powered the infrastructure, and you're watching it go live in real time, right? And we're just at the start because right now, real-time trading and data is not live yet, but it is coming. So, and anyways, remember those words. It's not what you know, it's who you know. And anyways, that's it for the video. Hope you like it. Shout out to the Solana community. I'll see you in the next one.